What's up, guys? Welcome back to Esk8Exchange, the show where we talk about MBoards, electric skateboarding, Eastgate Con, really just the electric skateboard industry as a whole. And we're back from a way too long hiatus.
We've been off for a few weeks.
We've been really kind of buckling down, getting work done around here. We've got probably 24 projects we're trying to work on all at the same time, and it's just...
it might even be more than that.
It's probably more than that. We're working ourselves very thin, so unfortunately the podcast kind of took a back seat for a minute, but... we're back, and we have a lot of news. I'm really, oh man, it's been a good week.
A lot of exciting things have been happening in the past couple of days.
Yes.
It's kind of how summers go. It's so hot. All we can do is just be inside, and we work. So it's like, it's just time to knock some shit out.
It's been 100. Oh, today's one of the first days that did not break 100 in probably a month and a half.
And it rained.
And it did rain.
It was nice.
Yeah, so we haven't really been skating. I mean, you guys have you're
skate.
skating to work every day.
Yeah.
I have not been on a board probably for...
This is kind of when
when
my season starts over again. So I start fixing everything, getting the boards ready, and by like September, I'm good with riding every day again.
Okay, yeah. We test ride the boards. I hop on most of the endurances that go on.
Real ride.
But I haven't gone out riding like for real in probably like a month and a half.
I have a solid 100-degree cutoff.
Yeah.
My board is not going to make it past that. Yeah, and it's just hot. It's just like a blow dryer.
It's just not. It's
this
not
dude's
fun.
nuts, but he does it every day, so he's used to it by now.
I don't want to hear no excuses. It's skate or die, yo.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get the biggest story out of the way first.
Are those my clouds?
What?
Those pictures of clouds?
Oh.
No,
I've been on like a super cloud pictury thing right now lately, and I was like, how the hell did you get my pictures of my clouds?
I took that last night.
Okay, that's a good one.
We do live in the same city,
those are her clouds.
Yes.
We did experience the same sunset.
I wanted to take those pictures last night of the clouds because that was a good one.
It was a good one.
I'm pretty sure there's 3 UFOs in there if you look closely.
3 UFOs. Okay.
They're coming to get us.
Now
dude.
we got to get a sunset picture up on the screen for everybody.
Okay.
Okay, the biggest story though, we've got our new CNC machine.
Yep.
It got delivered like a couple weeks ago, and it's been sitting in our warehouse ready to go, but we've been waiting for the Haas tech to get out here.
It's been teasing us.
Yeah, so he's here right now. Actually, he's at lunch right now, but this is day 2 of our install, and by the end of today, we will have a fully functioning, big ass CNC machine.
We probably have the coolest Haas install tech too at the same time. Like yesterday was a party at work.
Dude,
it was crazy. I was
shit.
like, I'm gonna clock out right now and let's just have
like,
some fun.
I'm like, he might get fired after this.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We were
dude.
jamming. I'm like, I walk out. I'm like, I'm about to tell James, like, hey dude, can you crank the music down a little bit?
Yeah.
And I'm like, James isn't playing music. Mike sure shit isn't playing music. It's not mine. It's our tech who's just jamming out
to
like System of a Down and all this crazy. So I'm like, okay, it's 8:45, homie. Like, give me a break.
To be fair, he did ask, and I was like, "Oh yeah, dude,
sure.
whatever
Yeah,
gets the job done, bro."
Yep, I don't care. We pointed the AC.
I was late to the party that day, so
yeah, me and Joe both turned down our music and just listened to his because usually that's how all of our music is like you get it from Joe's corner and a little bit of Jacob, and then you get mine from the front. And if you walk out into the shop, then you can hear it.
And then if you walk in the bathroom, then you got Martin's whatever he's watching.
Yeah,
that
Martin's
day.
always watching some cool shit.
I've walked through the office and heard Martin was watching Simpsons.
Yeah.
Someone back here was playing Disney, and then there was also heavy metal happening.
Yeah.
I was like, what is
who's
happening?
playing Disney?
Jacob was not playing Disney.
Man, sometimes I just say, hey, Alexa, play the music. And that's what played at my house because of my wife. And it's all in the same account, right? So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, 2 hours in. Oh, shit, Disney's still playing.
It makes everyone happy. People can pretend like they don't like it, but they do.
Different vibes.
Too bad the
all throughout
CNC machine
shop.
doesn't play music.
Okay, so what I will hold on.
Side note.
What I will say is we can actually program a media play like in the G code, right? So like you can get to the point, a certain point in your code,
right,
where it'll literally pause the machine and play a video on the screen to either instruct the operator on how to do something, how to set something up, and you can like film a video and have it play the video like prior to or during your program.
Right.
So it's
maybe
pretty
we
cool.
just do like a little dance video or something like.
We have it play right at the end when your trucks are done. So the one of the first projects we're gonna do is we're gonna hammer out a bunch of Matrix 3 mounts.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna immediately move right into our new RKP truck. I guess we'll call it a prototype. We have prototypes in here, but it's gonna be it's a little bit different because we've made them wider.
We haven't actually finished one yet, really.
Not really.
Like, we changed one thing and we changed one thing, and then it's like, well, they don't work together anymore. So it's like
it's beyond. At this point, it's beyond knowing whether or not they work. We know they're going to work. They're based off of many other CNC trucks on the market. We know that they're thick enough. We know that the width is okay. We know how the axles are going to work. It really comes down to what are they going to look like, what are our specific angles going to be, and how does everything kind of fit together, the tolerances, stuff like that. But otherwise, like our prototype's going to be pretty much ready to go. It's just going to be, a handful of small details will work out.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, this machine it's making me really happy to look at it. Like, it's finally here. And it's been sitting here for 2 weeks. That's a crazy thing. It's been torture.
All the cool part. Oh,
that came out good.
Yeah, the time lapse, dude. This
told you that
time
was a good
lapse.
spot.
It was a great spot. Yeah, I was like,
we need to just install a permanent camera there now.
Yeah,
because you can just see it.
That'd be a good spot.
You have one almost
Run it
there.
by. You do.
Yeah, I guess it is. It was like right there, but it's not nearly that clear.
Man, we should like try to slow this down because I'm pretty
sure
I caught him.
or something. Throw it up
pretty
on
sure I
the
caught him dancing a couple times, bro.
But anyway, our Haas tech's been super cool. He's been letting me help, which is cool because like I want to know how it all, like, because they'll set it up ready to go, like beginning to end, like so that you can run your first part right away.
Which is probably how they normally do it because it's some big huge factory with 100 workers and they don't.
They all know how to do it.
Get in, get out.
Yeah, they all know how to set them up. They just they need it up so they can
just get it going.
Get it going. For me though, I want to learn as much as I possibly can with someone who's set up hundreds of these machines, if not thousands of them. And, try to pick up a handful of tips and tricks from him.
Yeah.
I know we technically can schedule like a on-site training, though by the time they probably can get out here, I'll probably learn everything not everything, but mostly everything I need to know from the internet. So we'll see.
Yeah, you can learn a lot on YouTube.
The good thing is it's the same exact CNC principles as I'm used to. Nothing's changed there. Machining is machining. It's just the physical controls are different, and obviously the power and size is different. But really, it's all the same shit. There's just a handful of different things I have to learn how to do, but it's nothing like making a part is the same in both machines. It's just a handful of different things. But
I think you should schedule it anyways.
Oh no, I'm gonna schedule it. I mean, it's free. It comes with the purchase of the machine, so we'll schedule it. But
so all those cool parts in there that are different colors, did you get to pick them like that?
Parts and where?
So inside the machine, do you see how there's that red arm?
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's also a gold arm that got installed. I don't
know.
Oh,
okay. So those.
That's what I was saying. Is that anodized like that, or did you get to choose a color, or just came?
So that arm is not really part of the machine.
Okay.
It's a magnetic base that goes on the machine that helps you zero in.
Your parts.
Like indicate in your parts, so that you know that like your part is straight with your x-axis.
Okay, so that's not going to stay in there.
No, that's like a third party.
Now I sound like an idiot.
No, you're good, bro. But no, that doesn't stay in there. What's so funny is I spent all of Tuesday. So like our tech came Wednesday.
Yeah.
He's still here Thursday as of filming this. So so on Tuesday I went through and I took all of our tool holders and I put all the tools in them.
Oh yeah.
And I put them in all these little cups and then I labeled them all. And then Jim gets here, our tech, and he starts putting the machine together and he puts our cool like tool rack and installs it on the machine. And then he starts taking all my tools and puts them in the rack for me. And I'm like, oh, thanks, bro. And then I realized he undid all my labels, not knowing, because they were written on the cups. So now none of my tools are labeled now.
Yeah,
I'm like, great.
Because while you were getting those ready, you had a box, and then you had everything in another cut. Inside the box was inside cups, and everything was labeled, and then categorized in the box, dude, and then leveled out. And I was like,
the good thing is it was only 30 tools, and I know by looking at the tool what it is. So I just refer to my spreadsheet to figure out what number it is. But I did it all already. Yeah. So now I have to do it again. But that's okay. He was being nice, so it was what it was.
That's okay. Way to look at the glasses half full and not half empty.
Yeah, but I'm excited about this. Just the sheer size of the machine is just so
huge,
exciting.
Bro. We have named it Big Bertha, right?
She is.
Well,
I haven't.
You guys weren't there when it got named, but
when James names anything, it's either Rhonda or Bertha. Really, those are our two options.
That's it. Or every once in a while, Betsy.
Yeah,
but it's got to be like old Betsy, and it's got to be.
Betsy was Mike's first car.
My first.
Old reliable is old Betsy.
Oh, she wasn't reliable.
Oh, okay,
she was
never mind.
Certainly not.
Old and white and wide.
Sounds like a Betsy. What was it?
She was a 1999 Honda Accord. She was old, white, and she shook a lot.
Had an AC though that worked. I bet
she partied hard.
Did have an AC that worked.
That's okay.
We would have to throw the car in park at red lights because
it would just lurch forward
and like shake the whole thing. You had to throw it in park.
It would lurch forward so bad that it was stronger than my brakes. So like I had to put it in park.
And after a little mishap, it smelled really bad in there.
Oops.
Yeah, that's okay. So,
God, what did you guys do? Get rid of a dead body?
no. Listen to this. This is not Eastgate related, but
throw Martin under the bus again. He hates this story.
Here we go.
Hopefully, our viewers still like this story. It's nothing to do with Eastgate. But Maddie and I and Martin went and picked up groceries for her family. We picked all the groceries up in the Honda. We went.
So nice.
We went
My
and
mom
picked them all up.
cooks. We had to
What
go
you
to
guys
the
get for
store.
doing favors?
That was the deal.
Maddie's mom was cooking, so we went and picked them all up. We start taking all our individual trips to the car, and then Martin comes. He's the last one in, and I go, "Oh, is that everything?" He goes, "Yep, it's everything." Okay, cool. We leave. We have our dinner. Whatever.
4 days later.
A couple days later, I'm getting out of class at UNLV, and it's 110 degrees outside. And I get in my car,
160 in the car.
Open the door. I'm like, oh my God, like it hit. The smell is awful. So I'm like, what the fuck happened? I look in the back seat, and there's a wet grocery bag, and inside of it is a gallon of solidified milk.
Oh no!
That had finally curdled enough, and exploded in my back seat. It was so disgusting, dude.
That's
Mike.
wild.
So we had
You had to burn the car.
No, so he came home. He came to my
shouldn't
house
have
because I was still in high school.
I wouldn't have been able to drive the car.
that was all I had.
So he rode with the windows down and came to my house.
With
and I was
his
in high
head
school.
out the window.
Now it's prom season. I was expecting a promposal. So I get a text, I need you to come outside right now. And I was like, oh,
Yes,
hell
this is
yeah.
it.
I'm getting asked to prom right now. So exciting. I come out and he's like gagging in the street. And I'm like, this is not what I expected. What's going on? It's like, there's milk in the back seat. I was like, what do you mean? So baking soda, like shot back. Anyways, we eventually got the
it
smell
pretty
out.
decent. Like we bought tons of
Mostly.
boxes of baking soda.
We bought the big
and just
Costco bags because people put
dunked
them
it
in
in,
the pools.
rinsed it out with water. Hi, Rosie.
But
was
it
good.
would
That
always
brought me a
it
tear,
would
bro.
always smell like
That was
spoiled
funny.
milk whenever it would rain.
Whenever it would rain, because it would get humid enough in the air that it would like.
Let it come out. From
And
the
that
seat.
car flooded twice.
That car did.
How?
So where we would park it on the street, it would flash flood when it rained really bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is weird to think about, but Vegas doesn't do well with.
No, when
No.
it rains here, it literally
Yeah.
it floods.
Floods bad, and then
Almost
the roads get
guaranteed.
super slick.
somewhere
So one
it's flooded.
time, Mike
Yep.
tried to get his car to move it, but it was too late. It had gone up under the door, and
Okay.
all inside the car was flooded.
Oh,
Then another
no.
time, he didn't open his door, but the car. So the inside of the car didn't flood, but we didn't look in the trunk, and the trunk had flooded. And he was like living out of his car at that point. 'Cause
Yeah.
he mostly lived at my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he had all his stuff in his trunk.
Yeah.
So he opens it
Oh,
up
that
and
got
it's
ruined, huh?
flooded
Dang.
with it's just muddy water and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you sell that car? Or did you?
We sold
burn
it for $900.
Okay.
What?
Not
All right.
after Mark drove it around for a little while.
My brother drove it around for like a year before
wow.
that.
And then someone stole the cup holders out of it.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Anyways,
They broke into
crazy.
it.
Yeah, you can
But
actually
that's the
break
car
into that
I
car with a
drove.
set of scissors.
They broke into it, tried to start it, couldn't start it. They got it down the driveway a little bit. They took out the cup holder because it had like the change drawer in it,
Yeah.
and then they left.
Yeah, because you can't leave empty-handed.
Yeah.
It's criminal 101, bro.
Yeah. So that was the car that I drove when I built my first board, and which led me to wanting a board because I hated driving my fucking car.
Uh-huh.
But I couldn't drive. But I couldn't also spend a lot of money on a board because my car wasn't worth even what a boosted board
Ultimately,
was.
we have to thank a 1999 Honda Accord for
With
Yeah.
rotten milk and
for the
flooded
new Endurance.
floods.
Old
Yes.
Betsy, dude.
Old
Betsy.
That
That's what-
worked for old Betsy.
there's
'cause she
evolution,
Took
right?
a
Yeah.
lick and kept taking.
That's like if
Old
you'd have
Betsy.
done, they do like the bartering where you trade up.
Yeah.
You just went from a 99 Honda all the way up to a 90 some odd $1,000 machine.
Yeah,
so it was a
it's
good trade
fine.
up, bro.
Yeah, it's
good
fine.
job.
Yeah,
Only took a few years.
Jesus, yeah.
The old
Anyways.
hoopty. The story of the old hoopty.
Yeah. But what's nice about the new machine is it's so much faster. We'll be able to do all of our own production. And then we're also in talks with various other companies to start doing production on their electric skateboard parts too.
Mm.
So this brings me to another point that one of our loyal viewers has asked me to bring up.
Yay.
Okay.
My dad
Uh-huh.
watches this
Yep.
at work,
Oh.
and
Yes,
he's been
he
very
has.
upset that we've been missing weeks.
Oh,
he's
I
like, "What
am-
am I supposed to do at work?"
Tell John
So-
that we're so
God
sorry.
God
He's been
forbid
looking
we
for
work.
a show. But my dad likes to bring up this story that when Mike was building his first board, he didn't really have a ton of experience with like tools and
Nothing.
stuff.
I had no idea.
So he came over to my house, and my dad had to teach him how to use a drill
Yeah.
Like
to
just a
build
hand
his
drill.
first
Right.
board.
Okay.
Mike had never used a drill before building his first board.
All right.
And now he's doing
There you
CNC
go.
machines, so it's
Yeah,
pretty
look at
funny.
that.
To
That's
watch
Yeah.
crazy.
the evolution
Wow.
of it.
And that happened in how many years?
7.
Okay, that's not bad.
We went from building maybe 8 because my first board came probably 4 or 5 months before my launch of my business. So that's crazy. You're right. Like I had not really used any. I didn't own any tools. I didn't have any tools.
And now you know how to use A drill.
Now I know how to use a brake.
Yeah,
I do. I do.
I've seen him use a drill.
Yeah, I own more tools now than I ever thought I would.
We have like 4 drills in the warehouse.
They're all in Mike's area because he takes them.
The drills and the tape measures.
Now I have a very expensive drill.
Oh my God, the tape measures.
Listen,
guys, I couldn't find them. There were 6 on Mike's table, and Mike blames you guys. He says they don't know what to do with them, so they bring them over and they leave them at my desk.
Okay, we'll take that.
We're the one. Okay,
we'll take that one.
Camera.
Yeah, we have cameras because they have. Thank God for the cameras too, because they've saved my ass.
They have saved us a couple times.
Yeah,
that was a great idea.
Here's something about the shop that we do that we've got cameras on everything. Not because
you're afraid of us.
I'm afraid of any of my employees doing anything wrong. The issue usually is we can't fucking find something.
Yep.
So we have to go back and watch us go and put it somewhere.
Okay, where did you last have it? I had it yesterday. Okay, where were you? I was right here.
Yep.
Okay, so we back up, we watch it.
But it's bailed us
Jacob
out.
walked over there and set it on top of that rack. I don't know why.
Yep.
Well,
I lost my wallet for like 2 days.
Remember, we just had one the other day. Me, you, and Jacob had to find that part that Jacob set down where it belonged, and we looked everywhere else, and then we checked the cameras, and we found Jacob setting it down exactly where it belonged. And we went over there, and it was right there, bro. And that was like a 25-minute mishap.
Well, the problem is, like, sometimes we have to get a project done, like, today, and if we spend an hour looking for this thing, we're going to miss pickup.
The next project.
We'll miss UPS. So we have to find this shit. So the cameras have built us out so many times. Another thing that we love using them for is when we get a couple bad Apple customers who claim they didn't get shit, and then we pull up the footage of us packing their box, and that shit is in their box. We can send it to them and go, "What's up, bro?"
Yeah, it's gratifying.
But most of the time we go, "Oh yeah, dude, you're right. You
Sorry,
didn't get that
James
thing."
didn't put the fucking screws.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
James sent you 3 wheels.
Yes, instead of 4.
Not 4.
But at least it takes that question out of it too.
Right.
You don't have to look at your employee and say
go,
like,
all right, what
"Are you
happened?"
like, you know what?
Let's just find out what happened.
It is what it is. Just move on." So yeah, I mean, if you're a business owner, if you do shipping, having cameras on your people is not weird if they're in the right place.
Yeah.
Right. Just a random camera in a corner is doing you no good because you can't see anything on these cameras.
Right. We've got one that looks straight down at the shipping table.
Right.
They're
and
also
that's all it shows.
what they were originally bought for, and what their main purpose is that we do have an alarm system. And the batteries on our one of our motion detectors in our warehouse was low, but we didn't know it, and it kept going off when we were out of town.
Oh jeez.
At night, in the middle of the night.
So somebody's robbing the
So we
warehouse.
had to check all the cameras and make sure no one was in here, no one had gone through any of the doors, whatever. And no one had, but it was peace of mind that because when we first got the alarm system, we didn't have the cameras. So the alarm was going off, and we're like, well,
gotta go to the
guess we'll
warehouse.
drive over there and see what's going on. Like,
damn.
I think there are ways to use them without them being like intrusive. Or,
Yeah,
like,
listen, as long as it's not in the bathroom, I don't give a.
You haven't. You haven't found that one yet, huh?
No, I haven't found that one yet, dude. I didn't think I should look for it, but.
Anyway, so back to electric skateboard stuff. James, you got a cool story.
I do have a cool story.
You were kicking around on Facebook
after I got off my Facebook timeout. Yes, I found a really cool story from this man. Hopefully, I pronounce his last name correct, but Jonathan Polak. So basically, he has lost one of his legs.
he does call it a bionic.
He does
call it. Okay, so we were going over this if we should call it a bionic leg or a prosthetic leg, because I didn't want to be like a dick.
It is a prosthetic, but he referred to it as.
So we're good to call it.
We can read out the post for the listeners.
Would you like to do that, Maddie?
Sure.
Okay.
Got my bionic leg 2 weeks ago and just ordered my Pivot GT today. Can't wait to get back into the life. They really have some of the absolute best customer service in the game. Make you feel like family. What are some great wheel choices you guys have tried? I've been out of the game way too long. And someone asked him, how did you lose your legs?
What?
How did you lose your legs?
Hold on. He left it on the top of the car with his coffee.
That's hilarious.
Oh, no.
Yes,
What a prick.
Hey, I know Jay Russell Titonia. He is a good dude. He was just being funny with that one.
That's
he didn't mean
funny.
that, but like,
I like the comment. What a dick is the dude that asked the question.
You save on knee pads.
Nice. Okay.
How did you lose your legs? Well, it's just
Listen,
the one, right?
Yeah, there's just one.
Just
so
the one.
so old boy has got a leg, and he can talk to
it,
program it with his phone, and so he's got different settings. I don't know if you can scroll through that and find the comment that I left. But he replied back to my comment and told us all the stuff that he can do with his knee. So he can actually, his knee has like 3 or 4 different modes, and it can go from like stiff, it can bend, it can do walking stuff, it can do running stuff, and then it can do bicycling stuff. And so he feels like the bicycling setup will be best for e-skating.
How does he tell it?
I don't
what
know
to do.
It's probably maybe it's like a mode. He can tell it like bike mode, walking mode. Maybe that.
And it just does it automatic. It doesn't like you can't like tell your leg to like extend with your brain.
But it's like the program of it. So it's like in a remote. If you do low, medium, high, if you just switch, it knows to only go to.
Yeah, knows.
You know,
so
interesting.
In the comment, he goes, because I had told him that it was pretty awesome that he's shaving with that he's skating with the bionic leg, and I for sure want him to come to Eastgate Con.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And I love that ain't nothing keeping him off a skateboard.
Yeah, no, for real.
And so he rode an analog skateboard for a little bit, but it's a lot harder with kicking and pushing. He's like, I don't like it. It's too hard. It takes the fun out of it. So I think Eastgate's going to be great.
Yep.
Pivot GT, which is probably a really good board for your first 2-in-1. It's one of the better ones that are out there. He says that he can now speak to his knee. So it's got 3 different modes where he can he says, I can talk to it, I can put it into extending standing mode, I can lock the knee, I can put it into run mode or even bicycle mode, which I think is the mode I'm going to use while skating because it frees my knee up a little bit to bend and get down and shred.
Interesting.
It's probably like pressure based. If he puts weight on
it,
it's probably expensive as heck. I want to know how he got it.
You know, I will say one thing. I feel like prosthetics are heading in a very good direction.
Oh, for sure.
Like I've seen some very good hands lately. Because I always said if I had to lose a limb, it would be a leg. Because I think prosthetic hands are just not right.
Well, there's that girl that the UNLV team built. That one little girl a hand.
Yeah, but they're getting really good, but they'll never be like your hands.
Yep.
Like they'll never be right. And if you use your hands for work, like it'll just never work.
I use my fingers for typing and talking shit on my phone.
I won't say never. Sure. I won't say never, but currently right now they're not the same. Yeah. AI is a wonderful thing, and I do believe that prosthetics will get so unbelievably good that it will be just like
once they figure out how to like tie it into our nervous system directly.
Yep. And that'll be Neuralink with Elon. Yeah. We'll somehow figure that one out.
Not long.
It won't be long. It'll be in our lifetime where we'll be able to tap right in.
Would you do it just to find out? Just to try the Neuralink?
Certainly not.
Like a finger?
No.
I do a finger. Yeah, I do a finger.
There's no point.
You would cut off your finger just
to get Neuralink? To get Neuralink. No. Listen, I'll lose a hand to get a Neuralink.
But you would.
Do you understand how
it's
smart?
It's not like a for sure thing though. Like it would be a gamble.
And I mean this as no disrespect for anybody that's ever lost a limb.
Yeah, no, not at all. But that's
asking questions.
Well, I don't think that there's anybody who lost a leg.
That's a gamble that I would be willing to take. Where if I got the Neuralink, I will now become the smartest person on the planet. I have access to everything.
This is the smartest little pinky you've ever seen.
Yeah, I have access to everything, and with that knowledge, I can now build an empire. So it's
like a real life Inspector Gadget.
I'll give an
arm. Isn't that like Inspector Gadget?
But that's not what.
They come out of his fingers.
Yeah,
that's not what.
But that's what Jake. I know, but that's what Jacob was like. Would you give a finger for a Neuralink? Yeah, I'll give up to my elbow.
But it's just connecting your brain to be able to control a prosthetic.
Just to make your pinky work.
Well,
you don't have like super.
We were talking about if I got Neuralink, if I could get the opportunity, but that doesn't pertain to any of that because that just goes in your brain, right? Anyways,
it's just a connection.
Pineapple.
Neuralink's cool though because you could. I'm sure what will happen is people who have lost their eyes will be able to use cameras instead of eyes.
Yeah,
and that should work the same as long as you could tap right into your brain like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. I don't know, dude.
E-skating with Neuralink through your feet.
Yeah, well, then you can just control your board with your mind.
Like mind an avatar link, you know.
But then the world's just basically VR.
You just stick it into your belly button like a plug. You just have a plug port in your belly button.
Yeah.
Oh God. Right. What else we got? We got anything else we're talking about?
Joe, Mr. SoCal Legend, unfortunately did not win the competition.
Oh no.
He did make it into the last round of the wild card.
Okay.
And I think the competition really just like blows up big time. I think there's a lot more money involved, but
and just so you know, we blame all of you.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yes.
None of you did enough.
You guys have devastated Joe's dreams, and he is now sitting in the corner of the shop.
You know, though, I will say, though, we did read through the other contestants, and there were some very, very great stories out there. Yep. So whoever does win it.
Everybody
I did read through a couple of them. I was like, he's got some stiff competition. Oh, man, this guy built a skate park for kids with cancer. Oof.
Oh, that's good.
How do you compete with that?
Nah, you don't.
That's
you
tough.
don't.
So.
You really can't.
And honestly, like, all the power to that guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Props for people like that.
I'm sure whoever ends up with it will deserve it.
Either way, I know everybody that made a donation through Joe.
It's still a donation,
it's
yeah.
a huge donation. I don't know what the total number was, but I think it's pretty freaking high. I know it's well into the thousands. So
that's awesome.
Either way, that's a cool deal. So thanks to everybody that did help. He wanted to make sure I said something and said thank you for everybody. So
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was one cool thing.
That's cool.
We have some promotions that we're working on.
Jacob, are you going to talk about the one you talked about earlier? Damn, because that was such a great idea.
One I think we'll talk about is we built out a blend board. So be on the lookout if you're looking for kind of an end of summer.
We've taken like a whole bunch of parts and they all each have like a scratch or
a nick,
something that we just can't sell as new, but it's a perfectly good board. It's just got a scratch on like every part. So you kind of
brand new battery.
Some scratches you can't see.
Yeah. Everything else is
brand new battery, brand new ESC.
Control.
Yeah. But like the deck's got a little scratch on the top. I think the trucks have a couple scratches. It's like nothing major.
Things that are gonna happen.
It's things that are gonna happen anyways, right? So I think we're gonna discount it pretty good, at least a couple $100.
Yep. So I think that'll be hitting the site. We'll probably do it this weekend. After the podcast or something.
Yep. And then we've also got a cool Evolve board we just recently built.
We did. Yeah, that one's cool.
We called it the Revolve.
What do you call it?
It's an old Gen 2 Evolve deck, which is one of the coolest. I think it's one of the cooler decks.
Right. It's the first edition they did for Carbon, but they still called it a Gen 2.
Tell us how you really
will not, because Mama says
he's just
if you don't have
grudge.
nothing nice to say, don't say nothing. No, it has nothing to do about any of that. I just don't like the shape of that. Love hump in the deck is the dumbest thing that I've ever seen for design.
See, I think it looks so retro. I think it's a perfect board for somebody. But we built it out though to keep all the same like aesthetics as the original. So the original board only had one motor. Right. It had wide ass trucks, super wide trucks. So what we did is we found similar DKP wide trucks, but it had 2 spots for motor mounts. So we've swapped the in-runner like enclosed
monster
square motor.
I think it was like an 800 kV, like some stupid numbers, but it did nothing.
But we put 2 6384s on there, or 85, whatever the hell they are. And the thing runs, dude. 12.4.
Yeah, 12.4 Maker X.
It's a cool board.
6384, so it's
a
good
cool
for like
old
35 miles an hour.
It's like 8 years. The deck's like got released like 7 or 8 years ago.
Right. We cleaned it up,
and it's in great shape for being that old. It really is.
We cleaned
the
it up,
deck
gave
is
it some
in
new
good
tape.
shape for being that old. I just wish it would look more like the Hadian.
We took the heatsink off, reversed designed it. We put a new heatsink in there for the DV6 Pro. So like it's a cool board. So if anyone like really wants like a retro looking board, that's like one of a kind. It's pretty cool. So we'll put that on the website too.
Yep.
And that'll be live. We'll actually get it photographed today and we'll pop it up on the website right now. But yeah, that's a cool board. And that's like one of a kind.
Yes, cool board.
Yeah.
And then tons of other board projects. So Flow State boards incoming, Kind decks incoming. We just got builds out the wazoo. The Interstellar 2.0 is within, what are we down to, 2 months?
We're almost there.
Yeah, we found the material, the unicorn material we've been looking for enclosures. Enclosures our samples that we've made so far have been great. So now at this point, it's just a matter of locking down the exact material we're going to use for our deck, and then going to mass production on everything. Cool thing about the Interstellar though is it's going to come with the new trucks.
I'm so excited for the Interstellar. Is going to look so awesome.
It's and the price point is going to be very good, very good. For
you're going to go wood. You're gonna go wood.
I really like this deck, the way that you guys kind of built it, and the way that it feels, and the way it looks. I may have to sell a kidney.
Martin is very excited.
Martin's really. Martin's not a big carbon guy.
Martin's still rocking the original Interstellar deck,
the old wooden one.
Definitely needs a new one.
Yeah,
he does.
But he wasn't really into the carbon.
No, he wasn't. He's not a big. No, that's okay. Not everybody's a carbon guy, but this one will be a 12.4. It's gonna be great. Like it's like I think a 12.4 for me still is perfect battery size.
Yeah,
a 12.8's awesome, but like I'm not riding that far. I don't need.
Those are the big day cruises. You're planned out group rides and
don't want to
things
have
like
to
that.
worry about range.
But just the throw in your car, that's
12.4.
There's no such thing as one board for anybody out there that thinks I'm gonna buy the ultimate board or I'm gonna make As soon as you think you made the ultimate board, you've overdone it. You've overkilled it because.
Hey, Rosie.
Hold on, Jacob.
Time out.
All right, back before I was rudely disconnected
and interrupted from the little baby.
Jacob, you were saying the last time when you think you've got the ultimate board.
Yeah. As soon as you think you have the ultimate board, either some new part comes out, blah, blah, blah. So, like, you have to just, like, get the boards for the shit you want to do, man. If you want to go on a short 10-mile cruise, buy a board that goes 12 miles and that's
like,
it.
I still want a mini board.
Yeah. Mini boards are super cool. I still want another mountain board.
Yeah.
I had one for like a month, and I was like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. And some dude was like, man, that's the coolest thing ever. Can I buy it? And I said,
yeah.
Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Like, duh,
Yeah.
idiot. But now here I am. I want another one. So it's like...
You know what's so funny is
I've
never had a board to the point where if anyone's ever offered to buy it, I always sell it.
Why not?
Because I'm like, oh, I just built something a little different now.
Yeah,
I just always sell it.
I know that's not like the answer for everybody, but like these are not cars. You're not going to own them 5, 6, 7 years.
No.
Be real and like.
Well, I sold my GTR, but
how long you have it?
Sold your GTR? You sold your
Stove? I didn't have I had my GTR for 9-10 months and then sold it.
You're right. It was less than that.
Yeah, and had put more than 1,000 miles on it. Had my Stoke for 3 months. Sold that.
Yeah.
I've had the one wheel for a year now, but I'm not selling my Endurance. That's not gonna happen. There's just too many possibilities of upgrades that I can do with that. It's an easy platform to upgrade.
Yep.
I now have the matte deck, so I'm just happy with that, dude. I love the way that looks.
Matte deck is really nice.
And yeah, bro. So there's just really no need.
I wish more people would buy glossy because I have a lot of glossy decks.
Stop buying the matte decks.
Next promo.
What's so annoying?
Looks better.
What's so annoying is when we put out the poll on Instagram, it was very split. It was like 50-50 gloss and matte. But I can tell you what, we've sold like 70-30 matte in favor of matte. So I'm like, I wish y'all were on. People who are actually buying could have answered the poll as well. We would have bought the right amount of decks, but it's been fine.
It's all right. More matte decks coming in next time.
Yeah.
There was it's like Eastgate adjacent.
Okay.
But there was it's a pretty sad story. There was a 16-year-old kid riding a mini bike on one of the local bike trails here. He was actually killed by a wire that was strung across the bike path.
Oh my God, I seen some of that shit a while ago on one of the bike paths, and I stopped riding out. But it's right by a homeless camp, so I was like, all right, they're trying to tell people to stay away. But
him and his friend had already ridden over it once going out, and then when they came back, it was kind of draped down and ended up getting kicked up, and it.
We did a little bit more research.
What?
No, so we thought it was tied straight across.
Okay.
It was more sagged. So they had been able to ride over it the first time.
Yeah.
But I guess coming back, it must have went on the instead of riding over it, it must have kicked up on the top side of his wheel, slid up his handlebars, and it was more of like an internal decapitation. So it just broke his neck.
Oh yeah, you told me about what that meant a couple weeks ago.
Awful accident.
Terrible. But anyways, not to bring everybody down, but just keep an eye on not that it happened.
Watch where you skate.
Not that it's
this
like,
happens
it could have
ever.
been so easily prevented.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta
just keep an extra eye.
You have to pay attention to your surroundings all the time.
Yeah, who knows where it comes from, but we all know that sometimes e-skaters, along with other people, but when there's pedestrians that are walking and then there's people on wheels, there's usually some sort of problem.
Yep.
Right. Somebody is upset that either they're walking on the trail, you're riding on the trail. So what does that lead to? Just be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ride on the correct side of the road when you're there. Tell people you're coming. You don't have to
Slow
wave
down
and be nice to
around.
everybody, but just
Slow
be respectful.
down.
Around dogs, around children, especially. Like that dog is gonna roll right up under you, and you're gonna launch.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be fun. So that's one of my biggest fears riding is actually dogs and rabbits.
Oh, rabbits have been a thing.
There's so many of them in some of the trails I ride. So the rabbits just yeah, like 8 of them in a row, and so you don't know what to do. I had one go under my board one day, full on under it. I watched it tumbled after I'm like, he went after.
So you didn't run over it?
No,
then.
he managed to go in between my front and rear wheels. He was going so fast,
No
he just
shit.
went under, hit his head, and like bounced out. I was like, what the hell just
so
happened?
Right?
Scared the
I wonder
crap
if that
out of
could
me.
take you down.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but it'd be like a speed bump.
It would be a speed, if you're going straight,
besides
speed bump.
cars, what do you guys think is like the biggest hazard to riding e-skate?
Gravel.
You think loose
Loose
road?
One rock in the road can launch you in a heartbeat if you are just a little off. Yeah, one rock in a road can literally.
I don't know. I ran over some
day.
pretty gnarly rocks, but I will second that a rock can for sure ruin your day. But damn it, I have to say cars.
No,
I know.
he said outside of cars.
I know, but like that's just people in
about,
cars that don't see us.
So like pedestrians.
Yeah,
too,
I would narrow it down to like people that just don't understand that we're moving 30 miles an hour on a skateboard. because they're not used to it.
They're usually scared of more of me. It's the dogs. Dogs scare me. Like I just know that they're ready to jump out because they don't know what you are. Right? What that doesn't.
It's tough with people though. The speed thing is like it's very true. Like I do this for a living, and I see people riding boards on the street, and I have to stop for a second and like watch them and be like, "Is that electric?"
Yeah.
Like sometimes when they're moving, like you can't really tell.
If it's hard to tell if somebody's going 5
remote in the
or
hand. Is there
30.
an enclosure up under there? Like
So I just assume that anybody that's outside while I'm on my skateboard can't see me and doesn't know how fast I'm going, and will feel very bad after they run me over. So let's not ruin somebody's day.
Yeah.
But anyways, well,
Cracks, pots, holes, pedestrians.
Nice. Yeah.
just be safe.
Everything is out there to kill you.
That's
Be
what you need to do. As soon as you
careful.
get on your board, expect that everybody's trying to kill you. It sucks, but it'll keep you safer.
oh,
Wear a
we
helmet.
could
Makes it
announce
fun.
the
motorcycles.
Eastgate Con dates.
Yes, we can. Here we
Okay.
go.
Can
Let's
we?
You want to do that?
Yeah,
we can.
I feel like we can.
Because
well,
Yeah,
okay.
we
Just not
disclaimer.
location.
Yeah.
Not location yet.
This
Yeah.
is like 70% confirmed.
okay, 70%.
We have not signed the
69%.
paperwork
60.
for
Can we give it a
this
69%, dude?
Nobody
Okay,
book
sorry.
your hotel room.
No, but I would not book. I would probably not book your hotel room yet. However, this is just to keep your calendars empty. I physically cannot sign anything yet because we're too far out. I can't sign anything yet until we are probably 6 months out.
Notice that this is a big change from the last 2 years, though. Usually it's like, hey, it's a month out. Okay, let's do our venue.
Yeah.
We are way ahead of this
way
shit this
ahead
year,
of it.
people.
Yes.
There's going to be so much more into
So,
this year. It's going to be incredible.
A couple things that are 100% confirmed. Yes, it will be in Las Vegas again.
Yay!
Quit asking if it's going to be a different city. It's going to be in Las Vegas.
The
Where's the
answer
last
is
one?
Always
yes.
Las
Somebody
Vegas.
asked me if we were going to do one in Moscow. And I was
Russia?
like,
Mother
sure.
Russia.
Yeah, bro, I'll meet you. I'll meet you there.
War right now.
What?
Countries
That's
at
not
war.
a good idea.
Yeah, sorry, bro. You might have to miss this
maybe next year.
Nothing against Russians, but like
No.
I'm not going
I'm not
there.
going to
Who else
war
would go?
if
No,
war
I don't even
is.
know if it's legal.
Also, Russia's huge.
Huge.
Yeah, and cold.
Yeah.
Probably.
Anyways.
Anyways, it'll be in Las Vegas.
And they've got bears riding unicycles everywhere.
And I can tell you,
I'm not messing with it,
That's
man.
a hazard to the
No, I'm
Eastgate,
not
huh?
messing with it. I'm cool.
I can tell you what weekend it's not going to be. It's not going to be the last weekend of March again
Correct.
because that weekend is Easter. So that's our biggest problem is we would have just said, yep, last weekend of March, keep it all the same, but it's Easter this year. I know we all have families. We're not going to ruin your Easter weekend by that's just annoying.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. So
We are right on spring break.
So 70% chance so far that it'll be the weekend after first weekend of April.
5 through
I think it's
7-ish?
5 through 7.
So
April,
that's like Friday, Sunday-ish.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday should be the 5th, 6th, and 7th of April.
Yeah.
So we're hoping it won't be because it's now another week the other way toward heat. So hopefully it's not too hot.
So you guys better not complain that it's hot. Because
Right.
You guys
Oh my
complained
God.
this year, not last year. You
Year
guys
1
complained
was
this
too
year that it was
hot. Year
cold.
2 was too cold. Like, come on.
Yeah,
people.
it's literally doesn't matter when we do it, whether it's mid March or mid April. It is a crapshoot on whether
It's
it's
our
gonna be
best
hot
window.
or cold.
It's our best window.
It's a good window though. Yeah.
Friday is the 5th. Saturday is
Oh,
the 6th.
the good thing is
Sunday's
I don't
the
actually.
7th.
Cool.
What's the status of March Madness the first week of April?
Same. It's already
Same.
over.
It's over.
It's over, yeah.
Okay,
they'll
so
be done on,
maybe
they'll be done on Easter. I
so
think, this
maybe
year, that
hotels
Monday.
will be a little bit cheaper this year for everybody. Last year we were in the midst of the final bits of March Madness, so
I think they'll be on that Monday following, which
Okay.
would be like the 1st.
okay.
The final is April 6th.
God
Oh.
damn it! All right,
Oh,
well
we can't catch
But
a
it's
break.
not here.
I know, but,
No,
people come to
here to
Vegas to
gamble.
bet on it, so
Oh.
it is what it is. So anyway, but if you get it ahead of it, you got to get your hotel, but don't buy your hotel yet.
Yeah, final
Yeah.
four is 6th and 8th.
But certainly mark your calendars so you don't put anything important on those dates, because that is we're fairly certain that's when it'll be. It's just we haven't signed anything yet, and I'd hate for anyone to spend money without a signature.
Yeah,
on
and no, we're not getting blocks of rooms doing that type of stuff. We'd have to get 1,000 rooms
Yeah,
to
that's
accommodate
just
everybody,
too
and there's
much
just
to
there's
Stay
just no
wherever
way.
you
So
want.
this is
Yeah.
Las Vegas. Yeah. It's a 10-minute Uber ride. Ride your skateboard.
Yep.
Our location is in a good enough location that you could ride from within 5 miles.
Almost from
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the
No
strip.
matter where we end up,
Yeah.
it will be a location that's central to either downtown or the Las Vegas Strip.
Now, there's a couple of casinos that we have to say do not stay at the pink one. What is it called?
You got something against
Yeah, what happened?
one of these hotels?
Circus, dude. Bed
Oh
bugs.
yeah,
Do
don't
not
do that.
stay there, guys.
Scabies.
And then
Maybe we'll do like an Eastgate Con, just like we did last year. We'll do like a
couple
We'll have some of our favorites.
Circus is just
Yeah.
just don't go there, guys.
That and maybe like the
Yeah.
Rio.
Yeah,
Maybe
stay away
that's
from
something.
Circus.
Rio's cheap. If it's too good to be true, it
yep.
probably
Stay
is.
out
I did
of
hear
it.
Strat was doing $16 rooms though. Again,
boy.
So. But I don't know. They're building a bunch, so I don't know if they're just trying to get people back now. But
Just the problem is that neighborhood is crazy at
it
night.
is.
Yeah, at night it's
sketchy.
hectic.
And
That's
if
the
you're
best
gonna be
place to skate.
riding,
It's the best place to skate. Though.
It really is the best place.
It's the best
to
place
skate.
to start.
Just
and-
cook through there at 30.
Isn't it like Naked City?
It's
is
called
down
Naked
there?
City
Yeah.
right out there. And do you guys know why they call it Naked City? I actually know the real fact of why they call it Naked City.
Why do they call it that?
Back in the day, all of the dancer girls used to live right there, and there was a bunch of pools, and they would tan outside with no tops. Therefore,
Nice.
everybody called it
Naked
Naked City.
Makes sense.
Fun fact.
And the cab drivers would take them up and down the street.
Oh, of
Right.
course, yeah.
Just for the.
It was like
views.
it was like real shit. People were like, "Oh, they came to Vegas. You want to see Naked City? Yep, that's where all the showgirls are." And that's right. The cab guys would drive people up and down. It was like a tourist attraction, bro. It was crazy.
That's
And
so
now
funny.
it's called Naked City for a different reason.
Yeah, because you go
You're
there with
not gonna
clothes
be
and you
seeing
leave
pretty
naked.
girls.
No.
No.
I think another cool update is we will have a very updated track.
Yes.
I'm so excited
barrier-
about this
Track
next year.
barrier
Legitimate.
system.
Like last year we did like a custom track that we bought. This year we were renting like legit track
Yep.
barriers.
Much safer. A lot.
and
more
I,
just a lot
I think
better
we'll
for
get
us
to avoid
use.
the hay completely this
Uh-huh.
year.
I think so.
I kid you not, we spent thousands of dollars to borrow hay.
All right. Yeah.
Isn't
yeah,
that wild?
Yeah.
I don't want to do
And
that
we had to
anymore.
Clean it
lug
up.
it all
Oh,
around.
that
Oh my
shit
gosh.
sucks
Awful.
so
It
bad
sucks
lugging
so
it
bad.
around.
But these barriers are legit. Like
Yeah.
they're real,
They'll be cool.
real barriers. So I'm excited about it.
Big upgrades already.
And no, you
Yeah.
cannot help design the track.
No.
We
No.
appreciate everyone's input, but no, thank
We'll
you.
probably
And I'm
release
still,
it. Yes.
I'm still voting. Yeah, man, I want to keep it secret, but you guys won't let it happen. You guys
Yeah.
say release
Yeah,
it.
We'll release it.
Okay.
We learned we learned a lot from last year. We had a couple of very helpful
Yeah, Morgan
voices.
did for sure.
Morgan
help
Brady
out with a lot of shit.
definitely helped with some theory.
But wouldn't it just be so cool if everybody shows up day one and nobody knows what the track looks, not even the man himself, Morgan Brady, dude, and then that causes a crazy upset and Redbeard takes first place next year?
We tried that last year and people said they weren't coming
Okay, well,
because they're like, if I don't know what to do,
Yeah.
and all, it was like fucking mutiny.
That's a little
because-
diva-ish. I'm
It-
sorry.
I know.
I'm gonna
It
say
is,
it.
but
You're kind of being a diva.
It was a
I
bit
think it would be a
ridiculous.
little exciting to
surprise.
show up
Yeah.
and have it be a
Well, that's why we
surprise.
changed it.
Nobody knows.
So that's why we changed it on the day of.
Yeah, we did change it a little bit.
Well, it's always
Yeah.
subject to change because we get there and
yeah,
things
shit
change.
happens.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
shout
there's a
out
giant
to-
hole in the ground.
Shout
Well,
out to the fastest skaters on the scene right now, Redbeard and Mario and Morgan and Rux and them like that. Have you seen the new stuff, the footage that they're putting in, that they're
Oh,
putting
yeah.
out, and the work they're putting in right now?
Yeah.
Dude, these dudes are killing it
I'm
on
excited,
these
dude.
boards. The new Stooge is coming out.
Oh, what's
That
that
thing looks pretty
board that we
cool.
were just talking about that goes way too fast?
Oh, are we talking about the Radium one or
no, it's SKPs.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah,
80
yeah.
miles an hour.
Yeah, that's scary.
So to me, it's just there's just no speed limit. There's just no
Right.
top speed.
Don't do 80
Yeah.
miles
No
an
one's
hour.
ever
on
getting
this.
that.
Don't
I
do
mean,
80
whether
miles
it's
an hour.
mathematically 80 miles an hour or whatever, it's just there's just no top speed on it, which scares the fuck out
because
of me.
none.
That's crazy to me. I mean, good. Good.
I mean,
I hope it goes
what's-
well for him, but
what's
that's
the
a
fastest
liability
that,
nightmare.
like
to
you
my
guys are
mind.
comfortable riding? Like comfortable, not that you
25.
can get up to there. But
I like
don't
25.
like to break 30. 25 to 27 is my
UPS
comfortable.
is here.
35.
all right, we better wrap it up then.
Yeah, because we are expecting a big shipment
Yeah.
of some
Yep.
boards.
I'm good with 35.
Yeah, I like 25, 30. That's where I'm at.
I don't go faster than 35.
I hit ground hard
Yeah.
I've watched you hit ground hard, bro.
from 0 miles an hour.
And also at 20 miles an hour.
My hardest fall was probably 0 miles an hour in front of him. That
Yeah.
would hurt the most.
And I
Goddamn,
felt
that
it,
was
bro. I was like 20 feet away, and I'm at the ground grumbling. I was like, "Are you good?" No. I was like,
All right,
"Oh."
guys.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you guys probably next week.
Yep.
We got to get back into the swing of
Yeah.
things. We'll be back next week.
Yep.
More promos.
Peace.
Deuces.
Bye.